In the ancient forests of Arunachal Pradesh, where the mist clings to the mountains like a protective veil, there exists a legend of a hidden meditation practice passed down only through oral tradition. Known as the Seven Inner Temples, this secret form of meditation was said to unlock extraordinary abilities, such as controlling one's heartbeat, entering deep states of trance, and even glimpsing the fabric of time itself. Few believed the stories, until a wandering yogi named Anant uncovered the truth. Anant was not just any seeker. He was a scholar from Varanasi who had spent decades exploring the mystical philosophies of India. He had mastered Kriya, Pranayama, and various advanced meditative states. But something always seemed missing, a higher path that ancient texts only hinted at. His quest brought him to Arunachal Pradesh, following rumors of a secluded monastery where monks practiced the forgotten art of Ekagrata Siddhi, the power of complete, undistracted focus. After months of wandering through dense forests and crossing treacherous rivers, Anant finally encountered an elderly monk, Swami Raghunath, who agreed to teach him, but not without a warning. Swami Raghunath, what you seek is not for the weak of heart. The 7 temples within your soul must be unlocked one by one. Each holds a truth that could either elevate your spirit or destroy your mind. Anant, unwavering in his resolve, agreed to the challenge. The first temple, the Temple of Silence. In a hidden cave near a waterfall, Anant was instructed to sit in perfect stillness for 21 days, surrounded by the deafening roar of cascading water. The goal was to hear beyond the noise, to find the silence within. On the 15th day, something shifted. The external world seemed to dissolve, and he entered a state of profound stillness where he could sense the pulse of life around him, the rustling of leaves, the heartbeat of animals, even the movement of distant clouds. This was his first awakening. The second temple, the Temple of Breath. Next, he was taken to a sacred valley where the winds whispered ancient mantras. Here, Anant had to control every aspect of his breath, slowing it until he could hold his exhalations for minutes at a time. He discovered that breath was not merely a function of the body, but a bridge to higher consciousness. By mastering his breath, he could regulate his emotions and tap into a vast reservoir of energy. The third temple, the Temple of Shadow. In the dead of night, the monks led Anant to a place called Chayaloka, the realm of shadows. This was a metaphorical test. He was instructed to confront his deepest fears and desires through meditative introspection. Here, he faced vivid visions of his past, failures, regrets, and hidden ambitions. But by observing these shadows without attachment, they began to lose their power. He realized that fear was an illusion sustained by the mind's resistance to truth. The fourth temple, the Temple of Memory. The fourth temple was unlike anything he had ever experienced. Through a complex series of mantra recitations and visualization techniques, Anant found himself able to access memories not only from his own life, but from what felt like past incarnations. He saw himself as a farmer, a warrior, a sage, and even as a child running through ancient temple courtyards. The monks explained that by expanding memory, one can understand the cycles of karma and dharma that shape existence. The fifth temple. The Temple of Time now came one of the most mysterious tests. Anant was told to meditate on the nature of time itself. Days blended into nights as he practiced dissolving his awareness of linear time. He entered a trance where he saw events of the past, present, and future unfolding simultaneously. In one vision, he saw civilizations rise and fall. In another, he glimpsed himself years later, teaching others the very techniques he was now learning. The monks revealed that time is a construct of the mind, and that true mastery allows one to exist beyond its boundaries. The sixth temple, the Temple of Sound. This phase involved the ancient practice of Marus, Nada Yoga, the yoga of sound. Anant meditated on a single primordial vibration, known as the Om. Over weeks, he became attuned to the subtle frequencies within his body and the world around him. He could hear the unstruck sound, the eternal resonance that sages say permeates the entire universe. With this awareness, he could harmonize his thoughts and actions with the cosmic rhythm, bringing peace and clarity. The seventh temple. The Temple of Light. For the final stage, Anant was led to a mountaintop at dawn. He was instructed to meditate on the rising sun, not as a physical object, but as a symbol of inner illumination. As the first rays touched his face, Anant experienced a profound vision, his entire being filled with radiant light. He understood that the true self, or Atman, was not separate from the universe. It was pure consciousness, eternal and indestructible. When he emerged from this meditation, Anant was no longer the same man. He had transcended the limitations of the material world and now carried the wisdom of the seven inner temples within him. Anant eventually returned to Varanasi, where seekers from across the land came to learn from him. Yet he revealed the secret to only a few who demonstrated true readiness. The monks had warned him that knowledge without purity of intention could lead to madness or misuse. Today, the legend of the seven inner temples remains largely unknown, whispered among those who follow the ancient paths of yoga and meditation. But for those who seek truth beyond illusion, the path is always open, hidden in the depths of silence, breath, and the boundless light within.